Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anita Bhatia and I am the Deputy Executive Director of UN Women. I am honored to participate in this event by sending this video message to commemorate International Women's Day organized by the permanent missions of Sierra Leone and Niger and by the Global Fund for Widows. There are 285 million widows around the world, with over 115 million of them living in deep and abject poverty. To be more specific, all over the world, widows share two common experiences. First, a loss of social status and reduced economic circumstances. And second, their situation is often compounded by disinheritance acts that make them susceptible to even more poverty. COVID-19 has further exacerbated their plight, whereby for every 10 female deaths globally, there have been 15 male deaths, thereby increasing the absolute number of widows in the world. There is no doubt that the situation of widows is deeply interconnected with SDG 5 to achieve gender equality, which is the very essence of UN Women's mandate. UN Women is committed to working with member states to relieve all women from the cycle of poverty and foster economic empowerment by providing immediate support while working to revamp long-term social and economic structures. I am deeply saddened by the fact that in many parts of the world, the rights of widows are not yet fully guaranteed. To start with, many widows are deprived of the fundamental right to access, own, control, or inherit property and land, which constitutes a violation of their human rights. In some cases, it is the very laws that directly discriminate against women and girls when it comes to land and property rights that also affect widows. In other cases, it is practices and customs that favor men's rights over those of women. This was also a key finding from the national Beijing +25 reviews. This is why we call upon governments to protect and promote the rights of all women and girls to land tenure security, and to ensure their equal access to and control over all productive resources and assets. Furthermore, in many contexts, even if women hold land rights, these may hinge on their relationship to a man, a husband, a father, a brother, or another male relative. So if that man dies or becomes estranged, the woman, in fact, may be forced off her land and her home. We are currently in the middle of the decade of action for the SDGs with an end date of 2030. An essential aspect of the 2030 agenda is the promise to leave no one behind. For us, leaving no one behind means moving beyond considering results and rhetoric at the aggregate level towards progress for all population groups at a disaggregate level. And the data clearly shows that widows are a group that are regularly left behind. Widows emerged as a particularly vulnerable group in UN Women's analysis of the COVID-19 response. We found that structural and pre-existing inequalities prevented specific groups of women and girls, including widows, from benefiting equally from the government's response to the COVID-19 emergency. Issues of economic opportunity, mobility through public transportation, demands for unpaid care work, and physical health were among the key barriers facing widows. The UN Special Rapporteur on Violence Against Women also found that widows and separated women are particularly vulnerable because they lack family and community support. This, ladies and gentlemen, cannot continue. We need to keep advocating for the rights of widows, and we need to take action. In closing, I would like to say that clearly we have a long way to go to realize the rights of all widows. I hope in 2030 we will be able to report on having advanced significantly on this agenda. and I hope we can report on progress in the situation and on the rights of widows to ensure that widows, be it our sisters, mothers, or daughters, are living a life of dignity. I wish you all a successful discussion. Thank you.